Click, click. Hello everyone, this is Taco from Bigheadtaco.com, and I'm here in Simsai Choi with my guest, again, John.
I abstained from the click.
He doesn't want to do it anymore, so it's all right.
I'm starting to get hate mail on the click.
Are you really?
Yeah.
On your personal emails? I'm sorry.
That's
I get
okay.
hate mail too, but I just ignore it. So we're, what is this place called though? Like the walk, is there a name for this?
Oh, this is the Walk of Fame or
Walk
something.
of Fame? There's like a Bruce Lee statue down there. And
but more importantly, this is really the Walk of Selfie now.
Yes, the Walk of Selfie.
David, if you could just pan to your left, there's a great example of the selfieism that's going on around here.
In this area.
It's obscene, the level of selfieism.
But didn't we do selfies too earlier today? But it's with a group of people.
I photobombed yourself.
Yeah, that's right. And you photobomb, exactly. You just find your way into other people's selfies.
Yes.
But we're down here, you know, it's funny, you and I both have sort of the top of the line cameras of each brand. You have the Leica M, it's the monochrome.
Yes.
But you have the 28 Summicron on there?
Yep.
Yeah, and I have the new 35 weather sealed lens and the XT1. These are, I don't know what people would call like real cameras, enthusiast cameras that all the photo nerds maybe one day dream of saving up to buy. Some dreams are easier attainable than others, but I find that you and I, we do use our iPhones quite a bit to take pictures, don't we?
I love using my iPhone to take pictures.
And I thought that would be a good subject for both, well, especially for travel photography. We talked a little bit about when you went on your family vacation and why you used that. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, that makes sense. You don't want the weight and being weighed down by too much equipment. So yeah, photojournalist on vacation, he uses his iPhone. But this is not really a vacation. We are working. Mm-hmm. We're having fun. Yeah. But we're working.
I haven't bought a point and shoot camera since probably the iPhone 4 or 5. I mean, this has really replaced that need to have a small little camera with you all the time.
Do you remember what the camera was even? Is it like a digital Canon
It was
ELPH?
probably a Canon.
Yeah.
What was the Canon prosumer? Sort of G. It was a G5,
Oh, the G.
G6,
Oh, yeah,
the G series.
Yeah. It had an optical viewfinder in there.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. It was actually very cool.
It was a very good little camera. But you know, after the iPhone came out, the resolution's good. The lens quality is very good. You have it with you all the time.
Yeah.
It's fun to use. It's less intimidating.
Yeah.
My kids are far less annoyed when I pull out an iPhone to take a picture than with a DSLR or a point and shoot camera.
Yes.
And I really enjoy using it. I mean, it's so fast. It's so convenient, and you know, you're taking a different quality or different type of image than when you use, you know, say like a monochrome or a Fuji XT1.
Yes. I'm surprised you knew the name.
Yeah, I know. Not a big fan. Yeah, because I really like how immediate it is. Like you can, we were down there shooting birds, pigeons.
Yes.
Because it was like we were being attacked, and it was just a lot of fun. And it was actually much easier just to move around with the iPhone snapping away than it would have been with my Leica. And then, you know, seconds later, I was able to post it onto Instagram. Which is great.
Actually, one of the pictures I really liked is that you posted, I'm going to say yesterday, but whenever this video is out, but on your Instagram, on the MTR, the train or the bus.
Oh, yeah.
How far away? There was a girl and a guy, they were both on their phones. Yeah. You were like, what, 3 inches from the girl?
I'm like this on the subway.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Tight.
And she was on her phone like this.
Yeah.
Like this, and you were like this.
Exactly, and I was just snapping away.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little deceptive. People probably thought I was just checking my email, but it was just you could see all these people sort of stacked in behind on their phones. But the iPhone focuses so close. It's actually a great macro lens as well. I've done some food photography with it.
And the depth of field too. You get great depth. Yeah. So with the camera like this, the girl would have been in focus. Yeah. But maybe the camera and the guy behind her would definitely be out of focus, right? Yeah. But with this, a smaller sensor, and that's why people like even the older point shoots. Yeah. You had decent depth of field. Yeah. But with the iPhone, it's 1 over a 3.2 inch sensor, which is very
geeky stuff there.
Very around there, I think.
Okay.
You get great depth of field. That's what you gain.
But you know, for me, it's just a tool. I like to think that I'm skilled enough as a photographer that you can give me anything, an iPhone, a Leica, a
Yes.
Nikon D4S,
Yes.
and I'm going to be able to take a picture with it.
Yes.
And I like to use different types of medium, different types of cameras,
Yes.
film, no film, and just an experiment.
Yes.
I don't want to be locked into anything.
Yes.
And so I really like the freedom that the iPhone gives you.
Yeah, exactly. And what I also did notice too is that, as you mentioned about, because you are the comfort level that you have with your photography is at a point where you could probably shoot with any camera and it'll look like a John Lehmann photo.
I think all photographers develop their own style, and
eventually.
I definitely have a style that some people can't associate with the work I do.
Yeah, I could definitely tell, even when you did, polar bears, and then the fishing boat, and then the fires, there's a look. It's not just how you process. I mean, that's part of it, but also just the way you see the world.
Yeah.
Even like from what height you're shooting from, and,
Yeah.
and even your school of thought,
Yeah.
and how you were trained, and how you were mentored. All those things kind of find its way into the pictures, and that is a really good illustration about being like these are just tools, right? So,
Yeah.
do you think there is too much focus then on gear a little bit? I mean, we do reviews.
Oh, I love gear. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know I don't get as geeky quite as you do because I don't do the reviews, but
Nerdy,
I love a gear.
nerdy.
I love playing with cameras,
Yes.
but I think, it's anybody with any profession. You take a painter, I'm sure they like getting a new brush, or a mechanic.
That's true.
And their tools.
Yes.
So I think every profession has their sort of geek level
Yes.
that they like. And the iPhone is good enough that you can use it in ways you wouldn't normally use it. It's not a substitute for my DSLRs or my Leica, but I recently covered part of the Canadian election, the federal election we had.
Yes.
And I spent time with two of the leaders. One of the leaders I photographed in a more conventional way with a DSLR. I used my Nikon D4s and some prime lenses.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to also do another sort of intimate look at another leader, and so with Thomas Mulcair, we decided to do in the same sort of black and white vein. But we thought, okay, well, let's just try using an iPhone. So I spent.
The editors were okay with that? They said, sure, do it.
It was their idea.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Cool.
They were interested to try the experiment out too.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have a lot to lose. Like, I'm going to get something.
Yeah.
Right. It was a bit of a risk, but it was a great experiment for me, in that it forces you to shoot differently. It's sort of like the one camera, one lens philosophy.
Yes,
right?
of course.
And so I had this iPhone, and which is really it's like a 28, isn't it? Is it a 28?
20. Yeah, it's about a 29.
Okay, 29.
Yeah.
So like a 28.
Yeah.
So you were forced to shoot everything that way, much like this setup here is a 28 as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to look at everything that way, but you're also you're not getting high ISO sensitivity.
No.
But you're getting amazing optical stabilization.
Well, you have the 6S Plus,
yeah.
and I have just a regular 6S.
So I was on a plane flying over the Rockies taking pictures with this.
Yeah.
And you could tell the optical stabilization was kicking in.
Yeah.
And the photos are at 1/8 of a second, and they're sharp.
Yeah.
And the image was so good that they end up using it on the front of the paper, like the full width of the paper.
Wow.
Which
yeah.
we'll cut into this video segment so you can see it too. But yeah, I mean, it's really impressive technology. It's not a replacement for anything.
No, of course. It's just
you're not going to the Olympics and using this to try and shoot athletes.
But this is another tool.
Yeah.
So if you are an electrician and you have a variety of screwdrivers, some are powered, some are single, some are the different bits you can put in. Each has its function, right?
Yeah.
So these smartphones have their function, even within an arsenal of a photojournalist.
Yeah. And it was interesting because when I was, when you're with the leaders of political party, there's lots of security, there's lots of people around.
Yeah.
And I actually found myself, it was very easy to slide in and out of the crowds with Tom Mulcair, the leader of the NDP party, as he was glad-handing people.
Yeah.
And I was just, it was very much like the subway on the MTR, like you're that crowded. It's actually almost impossible to use a DSLR in that situation.
Yeah.
But I was able to just like snap and line stuff up.
Yeah.
And the other thing that was really, I found interesting, with the autofocus is it has the face detection.
Yes.
There was a couple of times where I couldn't actually see what I kind of had it lined up.
Yeah.
And Thomas Mulcair and his wife were walking up the stairs, and as I was able just to keep shooting because the face detection was actually following them up the stairs, and I would find that really impressive. Actually, that's something I couldn't have done with my DSLR.
Yeah. Another thing that you mentioned before that I like too is that, like the one camera, one lens, but the idea of each camera. Like for instance, the rangefinder, you're shooting like this. right? So if you are right eye dominant, your left eye's open, you have a bit of peripheral. With an iPhone, you actually have a full peripheral, right?
Yeah.
So even the way you shoot, even away from your body versus up to your eye, all these little things affect the way you shoot. Do you notice when you look at your pictures, like obviously that subway picture, you're not getting that with the monochrome, or probably not.
No, it's minimum 70 centimeters.
70 centimeters, exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, even just the way you hold it, right? So how do you like to hold?
Well, I usually almost shoot a square now because
because of Instagram.
I like that format, and I still like that square kind of look. So I shoot everything sort of square.
Yeah.
Which means that I'm shooting vertically.
You shoot, yeah.
But if I was going to shoot in like the regular photo mode, I would do this. The one thing I must say I don't like about the iPhone Plus is that they moved the power button.
Yeah, from the top to the side.
And if you want to use the volume speaker
as the shutter release.
As the shutter release, it's very awkward because you need to do it this way.
Yeah.
But then your thumb ends up hitting the power button.
Oh, down here.
Yeah. So if you're taking like, see, I see what you're saying. I just turned the phone off.
Yeah.
So that's I would almost prefer the power button back up there. I guess that was for people with small hands.
Well, yeah, because people couldn't hit the top, right? So they moved it off to the side. I think Samsung did it first, but Apple.
So I guess the best way would be to do it like this.
I guess so, exactly. Or you could put your headphone jack in and use your volume toggle that way, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So verdict: we both love the iPhone as a tool for certain styles. Sharing for social media, for close, intimate shooting, incognito shooting, family shooting.
It's so immediate too.
Immediate.
Very immediate.
Yeah. Very good. Excellent. So thank you again. And hopefully that sound isn't too obtrusive in our video, but we'll keep on rolling. That's it. We're finished. We're talking. We'll move on to the next video.
Okay.
So thank you so much. So you're not going to click?
I'm going to abstain again.
You're going to abstain? All right. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Happy shooting. Click.